Get out my dahlias. Oh, you know what, Brian? Did you just chase that rat over here?
I didn't chase him.
Yes, I heard you say go, go, and you're chasing him into
snake.
A snake? No, we just
snake.
had a little rat.
Yes, there was 2 little
rodents.
moles.
Yes, little voles. Oh, really?
They're skinnier version of moles.
Hmm.
They had a nest over there, and unfortunately.
Oh no! Now you're sending them to the beautiful part of the garden.
Well, there's a snake that should be coming down any moment now. So.
Where is it? Let's see it.
Along the fence line, nice big garden snake.
I don't want this stupid thing digging and eating my tubers though.
They won't survive. You haven't seen this huge beast.
Oh yeah, we have the predator coming.
Yes.
Cool.
The snake is coming down the fence line.
What do you think of all the weeding we've done?
I think it's great. I'm glad I'm not doing it.
Where'd you see it?
It's coming down the line. I was mowing, so it's a big garden up there.
Watch the wasp nest over there by the elderberry tree. The kids got stung.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Catch him.
No, he's
There
not
he
that
goes.
big. I've seen bigger at the farm.
Well,
He's
You're
all right. We'll
also
leave him
married
be.
to
No,
me.
no, come back. Come back. We want you.
look, there he is. Hey,
Yeah, no, I
Buster.
see him.
Pull him by his tail.
No.
He's like, listen here.
Oh, your foot.
I'm not
Oh, he's
worried
going in
about
and
him.
out.
He's going back to where he came from.
We are salvaging some Lisianthus, which never got netted. So it's leaning over and kind of floppy, but we're gonna dry some. These are so pretty. They're like little purple rose clusters. Look how many we have. And look at this, it's like a dusty purple. It's interesting. So I'm gonna take some of these to the barn. I have a cold today, can you hear it? I think Madison, the camera woman.
I did
gave
not.
it to me.
Nope, I didn't.
She gave it to me like 2 weeks ago, but it took a while to set in. I felt it coming.
That is nonsense.
And summer-
Nonsense, poopy
Yes,
pants.
and summer colds are miserable. I'm miserable when I have a cold. There's my toilet paper for my nose, in case anyone's wondering. But anyway, these are not fragrant, or at least they're not fragrant when you have a cold, but they're beautiful. So I'm hoping to get nice clusters like this. And we're gonna go to the barn and we're gonna hang them and dry them. I went on a really cool farm tour last night, and the woman was taking all of her unsold cut flowers, or flowers that weren't like, you know, absolutely perfect, and she was basically drying them and dehydrating them to use for dried flower wreaths. So I was like, well, you know what, that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna try and do the same thing. I've never done that before, so we'll find out if it works. But a lot of these like this, look, they're just leaning on the ground. And so they're pretty. They have blooms open and they have buds. So the buds will dry really cool. So we're gonna see how that works out. Plus we're gonna cut some dahlias. But I wanna give you a little bit of a tour of the Lisianthus that are really, I love these. They're like literally miniature roses, no pests, no problem. So if you struggle with growing roses, as almost everyone does in our zone, we're in 5B, Lisianthus is like an alternative to growing roses. They are amazing. And then I have white ones over here, which are super sweet. They have a little like bright green center, and the pollen is in the center. And then look at this. Holy cow. So this is arena apricot. It's gorgeous. Look inside that. Can you see the little burgundy in there? It's beautiful. So when those kind of open up more, if we don't, we may bring some of those to the market. But for the ones that I miss or at the tail end, I'm gonna try and dry those because they're beautiful. And then we have some lavender, you know, which kind of gets this really dirty edge kind of. I think you have to really pick them at this peak because that's a really pretty lavender. But the roses, the pink ones are amazing. So check this out. See all the different variations there are with this? These are, is there a tag in here? Voyage lavender, I think, is that variety. And then, oh, I do have a tag. So arena red. All right, so it's actually arena red, not pink. But look at the swirls on the buds. Like, that is like the most interesting thing to me. Like, the buds are actually more beautiful even than the flower. So Yeah, so that's been fun. They take a long time to grow. You can buy plugs if you don't want to do them yourself, but God, they're gorgeous. They're just like amazing. So we're gonna harvest a few of these, and then I'm gonna harvest some dahlias to bring to a local business that is going to use them for drying. And want to see some daylily seedlings that are open. I see a big one over here right now. I'm getting some major dahlia. Holy cow! Wowee! So this is a ruby spider daylily cross. I know because it looks just like it. What is it? Is this the whole row is the same? Oh, it is. Ruby spider times weird science. So weird science is kind of like orange and like this creamsicle color with a white edge. But we got a lot of ruby spider genes on that one, but huge flower. Loving that one. Ooh. We got a double one open here. This guy, sometimes when you have lots of teeth, oh, he has a little trouble opening, and that didn't hurt too bad. Look at that. So that is Advenus. That was a free seed that I received with a purchase, and one of the seedlings is also putting up a baby bloom with lots of teeth. So, oh my God, look at how small this little fan is. So this had 1, 2, 3 seedlings in the pot I planted. I never separated them, and look how tiny the little bud is. It's like the smallest plant and scape I've ever seen. So that's interesting. But we are getting some scapes. We have more coming. This guy bloomed yesterday, so not quite sure what it looked like. Oh, actually, yes, I do, because you sent me pictures of it. I'll have to post the picture. And then this guy has a bud, and we have more scapes. Holy cow, look. We have this guy who has thrown up a scape, and this guy who's thrown up a scape, and this guy. So we'll have more seedling blooms for like a while, actually. And then I want to go through some of the dahlias. This is Tyrell. Isn't Tyrell gorgeous?
What up, Tyrell?
Tyrell is amazing.
Yeah, I love these.
Oh my God. This is, hold on, let's find the tag. This is Hillcrest Suffusion. Wow. I am in love with that. They are beautiful and perfect. Like, it's almost too perfect.
And they're like so firm and
They
nice.
are. They have really good substance. This, I know, is razzmatazz. It's gorgeous. They have the perfect little pom-pom flowers. But we have lots of buds coming. So the kids' garden space, this was a new dahlia bed that we put in. It looks amazing. Look at this, sweetheart. I'm going to cut this off because it's really a non-event. But look at that. Is that not the sweetest flower? That's Kelsey Annie Joy.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Oh, look at this guy. Hold on, come right here. I gotta clean that other one up. Look at that. That is got to be Cafe au lait Rose. You know why? Because last year it was one of my favorites. Do we have a tag or not? We do not see a tag. But I know for sure I will have to tag that one.
Look at this one.
This is so cool. Wow. That's kind of gorgeous. Although this one, I don't know if something ate half the buds on it. That's interesting. What is this one? We do have a tag on this one. It is Pumpkin Spice. Perfect in time for the Labor Day weekend coming up. Late August. So Pumpkin Spice. Wow, that's kind of amazing. This guy, what is this guy? Moonstruck. Short stems, but lots of flowers and starting to need some food. This one, of course, Dragonberry, always beautiful. It's like one of my favorites. Sylvia, I can tell this one, she's always got super strong stems, beautiful flowers, and more Fire Magic. We're gonna pick some of these today for drying. More Dragonberry, Bear and Katie. I mean, how can you not love this one? She is just full of like unique twisting petals, gorgeous flower color. Love that one. So I'm happy. See how beautiful that is? It's so pretty. So we're gonna pick some flowers, collect some seeds off of our calendula that are ready, and that's it for today. All right, on we go. Okay, go ahead and flip it. A little higher. Don't hurt this guy. He's gonna produce a bloom. Look. And then you're just gonna put it in the bucket like that.
Okay.
Okay? All the way down. See how this has got new growth? So you're gonna clip right above that. Sweet, way in there. Open it way up. There you go. Okay, we're pulling that off and we're gonna put them in. Okay? Up, up. Yeah, just a little above those. You don't want to hurt this part, these little side guys. No wiggle test for these guys. You just cut right down to that big leaf. There you go. Can you do that for me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got one.
Okay, a whole bunch. Take the leaves off the bottom, just like I did, and put it right in the bucket. Thank you.
Is this harvesting day?
Well, it's trying to get ahead of it, I guess, a little bit. I gotta make bouquets tomorrow for the Friday market, and I don't have a lot of time. So I'm trying to get a few done so I can be ahead for a little bit. And zinnias last a long time. That is the benefit of harvesting those.
What is the lifespan of a zinnia?
In a vase?
Just sitting here, like, will you be able to?
They'll bloom for weeks, but in a vase, once you cut them, they're like 7-8 days, maybe, like a week, sometimes longer, depending how you store them.
So in a couple weeks, these will be pretty much done.
No, zinnias you cut. Well, it depends. Are we talking in a vase or in the field?
I'm talking right now. Like, how long do you think?
Right now, I'm cutting them.
Well, the ones that are still bloomed, can you come next week and cut those, or will they be like all faded out?
They get worn out, but it takes a while. The more you cut them, though, the more they produce. So that is the benefit. See, by cutting that one, I'm gonna get 2 more. It's gonna take a little bit. That's why you have to plant the whole field of these things. And you should plant these in succession. You know, you should plant every month, probably. You should plant a whole row of these so you never run out, but we couldn't do that this year, unfortunately. And some of these I'll leave just for seed, probably. Like, look at that. Look at the center of that one. It doesn't have any little yellow flowers. I like that. It's very unique.
You're just the sweetest mom in the whole world.
You're the sweetest girl in the whole world.
Should I take the petals off? Should I take these
Sure.
off?
See, so that's like all really the purple ones that I have right now. And that's fine, because I don't really need a whole bunch of the same color. But I do have to keep harvesting in order to keep them coming.
Mom,
What?
for you.
And if these are super short, like that's the extent of the thing, I just take them off
For
so
you.
that they grow the side buds. Thank you. Oh, it does smell a little bit. That's
Yeah.
weird. I didn't think zinnias had a smell to them, but they do.
Me
So
too.
honestly, I could take these off and just let them rejuvenate because I'm not harvesting. Don't you swipe my phone.
I was wondering why she was being
You're
so
the
nice.
sweetest mom in the whole world, except when you don't let me have your phone.
Emma Lou, I thought you were on the payroll here.
Aren't you gonna keep it?
I am, but I'm busy and I can't hold it. Here, you can make a bouquet for us at home.
I'm taking off the petals.
There you go. There's another one.
Well, not the petals, the leaves.
Yes. So I'm just taking all the shorties out of here because these guys are doing nothing but taking up energy, and I want the longer stem, so it's good to go through and do that. Here's another one. Can you catch? Woo! Good girl.
So this is like the enjoyable part, or no?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you. Valentine's Day in August.
Do you enjoy this part of it?
Yes. Well, I enjoy making bouquets the most because it's so pretty.
So you're kind of becoming a florist in a way.
I don't know. Not really. I don't really know about florists, but I do enjoy making bouquets and watching people go, oh my God, these are gorgeous. That's like, because that's my reaction. So if I can get people to do that, I feel successful. Yeah. Like, I feel like they're getting the same joy that I'm getting out of it, which is important. This is a good one. Look at that. Beautiful. Yes, my dear. So I guess we'll do pink in this one, and
you might say no.
definitely not.
Yeah.
What?
I was gonna say if I could watch Pink Panther for like 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes.
Like when it's over.
All right, you can watch Pink Panther until I'm done cutting flowers.
Okay.
Okay, and then I want it back with no problems.
Okay. It's already 7:06.
I know, we gotta go fast. See, these I love too. These are the Oklahoma. Oh boy,
What?
that one's not gonna last. The head's really wobbly, but we'll see how it does.
So these pink flowers lost out to the Pink Panther.
They did. Well, she did good. She harvested some flowers. She's gonna know so much more when she's older. I hope she likes to, I hope she likes to grow flowers when she gets older.
You would think, because she's like the
Well,
same
yeah, but
size. You know what I mean? Like, she's walking, she's seeing all these colors.
Yeah. She'll have good memories of flowers for sure. And she knows like my passion for it, so. These little guys are cute, but they're definitely they don't have super long stems. It's the only issue. Like when you create a bouquet, it's great to have long stems. And these guys do not. But they're pretty.
They smell good.
These? No, they don't. That's the basil your nose is under right now.
It smells like Fruit Loops.
Look at that. Look at the, it's almost like an ombre.
It does.
I got bugs up my nose.
Smells pretty good.
It's the basil.
Well, I may pick a few and rub them under my armpits. It's been a long day.
How about a shower?
Well, in the meantime,
Yeah.
if you want me to help you
God,
pick
that's
flowers.
2. I'm just like harvesting, thinking that they're ready instead of wiggle testing them, and I'm failing.
You're
This is
a great,
the fun part.
you're a great wiggle tester.
Thanks.
It's almost like you've been practicing.
On you?
Well, I am your Dahlia.
My Dahlia. Speaking of, we have a few that are starting to look cool.
We've come a long way, really.
It's amazing. I mean, it's weird. It's like people always say, how's the farm coming? And I'm like, it's like awesome and miserable at the same time. It's weird. I don't even know how to describe it. But it's such a blessing to have this place. And at the same time, God, hug. Ew.
Be careful who you insult down
They're
here.
going up my nose. And then, ew, I don't want to swallow
You
them.
can't breathe heavy down here. That's what I've learned. Don't take a deep breath.
No.
So now how do you regrow these for next year? Do these
Remember
have
all those
tubers?
seed trays we were bringing in and out all night long, every April, May
Yeah.
night that was cold? That's how you grow them. You grow them in the basement.
So
in the
how do you
garage.
get the seeds?
I buy them.
So
The thing is, these are so close together. I could just collect my own. Am I realistically going to do that? No. Am I realistically going to separate these so that I get exactly Oklahoma salmon and Benarys giant wine? No. I'd rather let somebody else's flower farm do that until I'm able to do it. You're supposed to kind of separate them by a certain foot so you know what you're getting. But I'm not doing that. I like to know what my color blocks are. And I like my straight colors. I don't like mixing them. And if I mixed them, that's what I would get. So I'll just happily pay for my bulk seed order. And you know what? These are mostly all Benarys Giant except for Oklahoma salmon. They're all the giants. I love the big flowers. They're great.
So I'm assuming the seeds are in the center of the
Yeah,
bud.
if I wanted to collect them. Like there's a couple in here that I find really unique and I need to zip tie around them so I can identify them and let them go to seed. And then you collect the seeds. You dry the heads out and you collect the seeds. Like this guy, look how pretty that is. You see him? Come over here. You can't see from there.
Yeah, I can't see from anywhere.
Look at these. Like that is just amazing to me. So I would love to collect those seeds, but they've probably been cross-pollinated. But that's fine. A majority of them would come back like this, I imagine. But that's for somebody else to do. I'll happily buy their stuff. I'm kind of in it just to get my colors for my bouquets, which you want to see me make some bouquets? Want to see what my bouquets look like on a Friday for the market?
Yeah.
I'll make a few of those. Yeah, what?
Where do you make them? In the living room again?
Yeah, what do you mean, where do I make them? You were like, what? And Dad, I need a space.
You do.
The barn is where I should be making them, but unfortunately I'm driving them home and then making them the day after I harvest for sale in 2 days. So.
But someday you're probably just going to go right up in the barn.
Oh, I'll have all these harvested, put in the cooler, and then I'll be here making bouquets and selling bouquets here. Yes, for sure.
Selling bouquets on the parkway.
Yep. I do love the lime ones. I'm doing full rows. Like this year I did color blocks of the ones that I wanted to try. And I am definitely doing full rows of each color next year. I loved every one of these and they're all unique and different. So I even love the orange. The orange ones with the dark purple basil. I did a bouquets like that. Oh my God, they look so good. And it wouldn't be something I would normally put together. It just happened. And I loved them. Whoa.
I know, you usually don't like orange flowers.
I don't know. Lately, orange has been my thing, though. I mean, look at the size of that. And look at this one. It's got, like, red in it.
It's weird because they do look different. Like, all of them have, like, a weird...
They have a different... Yeah, they all look...
Yeah.
They all have their own... Like, if you look at this bucket, look at all the different types of oranges. Those are Benarys Giant orange. Great. Or maybe it's not Benarys. It might just be giant orange. I forget what the exact variety is, but I got those from Johnny's. And you know what? I am darn happy I did because they have brought me. I love that. And it's a good fall color. And they have nice strong stems and they're just prolific.
Kind of looks like the orange I found in the fruit bowl the other morning.
No, I'm sure it doesn't.
It does. The kids hate oranges. You
No,
can't...
they hate eating oranges like 12 days in a row.
Well...
That's the problem. You can't get a whole bunch of the same fruit. You got to get different stuff because I get bored of it too. Like, look at that. Bright. See how bright that is? I love that. And if I wanted to collect all of these seed, I could, but I don't. And in order to do bouquets, I have to harvest. So at a certain point, these will all go to seed, and maybe I can just take them and spread them around the hill.
I think you should. I think we should try this.
This could be your project, to take all the seeds that we can collect from here at the end of the growing season, and you can go sprinkle them around or even start them and plant them. Could you imagine having a whole field of zinnias up there? It'd be great.
And every bouquet you do is kind of different, right?
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite part. Like, a lot of people just do the same, like, you know, they're in all these courses, they're like, oh, make it easy on yourself, which I'm sure it does. You know, gather all your stuff, lay out the recipe for your bouquet, and then make 30 of them in a row. And you know what? I don't want them all to look the same. I like when people come into my booth and they look at them and they're like, they usually have one that they're like, oh, I'm definitely taking this one. And then the ones that buy 2 bouquets, and there are people that do that, they're like, you know, they know which one they want, their first one. But then the second one, it takes them like 10 minutes to figure out which is the second one, which means that I've done a good job, because when it's hard to choose which bouquet you like the best and they're all different, I feel like I've done well.
Are you still going to make a rich bitch bouquet when we open the farm stand down here?
It's going to be my signature bouquet.
For the Cityites when they come up to Parkway? I think it would be a top seller. Because everybody wants to have the best one.
Well, you know what? The one thing I can say is the bouquets that I've made from the farm are really full. Like, they're heavy. I actually get hand fatigue making them, like holding them. So they're definitely not small, wimpy bouquets.
So what do you have in that pail? Is that just water?
Yep. You know what else I love? These. Man, do they make a... You know what? For just being green, like lime green, I love adding these in a bouquet. They just stand out and they are gorgeous. They're actually my favorite color, Zinnia. Well, everything's my favorite.
What's the name of it?
Queen Lime. And you know what? They have nice long stems. They're all different.
It smells like Gatorade.
A little Fred.
I get a lot of different smells in here.
That's because you're holding your arms up when you film.
Well,
I can smell you from here. I'm downwind.
yeah, I always smell in the summertime.
You do.
Well, I'm a sweat hog. What do you expect?
It hasn't really even been hot. And
You look awful colorful yourself today.
Yeah, you like the tie-dye?
Yeah, you look like a hippie chick.
Yeah.
You should be hanging out over by the sunflower seeds.
Right?
You want to start talking about climate change?
No. I can see climate change in my own yard. I don't need to talk about it. If 7 inches of rain in July don't convince you, I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what? Overall, we didn't have to water.
No.
Your crop came out halfway decent. You can't complain.
For not doing, like, for just, like, set it and forget it? Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it
did-
looks like
we did
light
pretty
bright
good.
down here. It's
Right?
beautiful.
Yeah, I've definitely had clients say, wow, the farm, I can't believe what you've done. Look at this, though. Like, look at the size of that. I don't care if you don't like orange. That's gorgeous. And huge. Doesn't smell. But I'm gonna bring that one home. And the bees like it. At least I don't have to feel guilty about cutting, because that's what I'm supposed to do.
I love these flowers right here. You should just make a whole bouquet of those. What are they?
Celosia. They're all celosia. That whole row and this row, they're all different varieties.
Dahlia.
Celosia with a C.
Celosia.
I think you do that stuff to annoy me.
No, it's...
No, you do.
So you repeat
I think
it.
You mispronounce it so that I'd have to...
I want the audience to feel like they're not the only ones that don't know anything. You know what I mean? I know most of this stuff. I mispronounce it, so you'll repeat it, so it sinks into their heads.
Oh, okay.
And this becomes more of an educational type video.
Okay, well then just tell me, and I'll just repeat myself 3 times like I do at home for you when I'm doing normal, everyday stuff.
What?
Yeah, what?
Could you repeat
I
that?
have to ask you 3 times to get anything done at home, too.
Oh, please. You don't have to ask me to do anything. I have a schedule.
Look at this one. See this? Look, it's got variegated leaves.
Oh, wow. Why? What causes that?
Hybridization? Cross-pollination? I don't know, but if I wanted to, the thing is I rip the leaves off when I put them in bouquets, so, but if I wanted to grow a field of those and I wanted more interest in the foliage, I could collect all those seeds and grow them. These kind of look like, they have like frosted tips on them. Kind of cool. I do tend to lean toward the brighter colors though. It's either the whites and the greens or the super bright. Like there's no in between for me. I do make bouquets with different pinks and whatever, but my preference is always like the brighter ones.
I don't know about you, but I'm proud of our planting.
Yeah.
I think.
God, I mean, we planted every weekend for like in between raindrops for what, a month maybe?
Actually, we had a drought when we were planting.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And
then we didn't come back because it was so wet we couldn't even walk in the fields.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh crap.
it was hot, and then we thought because it rained for weeks on end, we were pretty much done. And then it just kind of came back, and then boom.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
The zinnias liked the wet. For sure. That's correct.
So in a way, it's kind of hard to engage how this field's going to work next year.
No. Because the field is wet naturally. So the good news is I don't think they're ever going to be... I mean, even in a drought, they did great. And then we got hit with overachieving rainfall, and they still did okay. So they were quite adaptable.
All right, honey, I'd love to stay here all night with you in this garden, but yeah, it's time to go get the football player.
Yep.
So.
And make dinner. I'll be home in an hour.
No.
No.
You're getting romaine noodles.
Romaine noodles?
What are they called?
Oh, are you just trying to mess it up so the viewers know
Exactly.
how amazing ramen noodles are?
What was that?
Ramen noodles.
Oh, wow,
I
yeah.
know that's what you're thinking. The oodles and noodles they call them, right?
Yeah, those are good.
I'm not eating that.
They remind me of my days at the trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have no problem. I'll make you some dinner. I'll make you some romaine on some ramen noodles.
Please don't.
Call the media. My son is working. Wow, Buster. To what do we owe this pleasure?
$10 an hour.
$10 an hour? That's more than I make.
Fine. $5 an hour.
All right, sounds better to me.
7.
Boy,
7.
Nah, you compromised way too quick. So you're gonna try to weed all the weeds in here?
All of it before Mom comes, and she's already on her way.
Shelly Scissorhands.
Mm.
About to bust through this jungle.
Didn't you just realize what I did?
I love it. I'm actually just not interrupting you because if I do, I feel like you'll get up and go.
What?
You're doing a great job.
What are you doing back here, lady?
I'm going to come to the far corners of the earth and try to find my way out. Ay, ay, ay.
You can go back in that house.
Oh, we got seed pods ready. Oh boy, I better go back to my list of the ones. Oh, look at this. They're ready. Look. Oh my God, how am I gonna get in here?
What do you mean they're ready?
Look.
Oh,
That's ready. See how it's slightly cracking open? Get in there.
I'm in there.
There you go. Slightly cracking. That's actually overdone.
Mom, what is this?
Grub.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
alive.
It's a giant something. Oh no, don't kill it. Just leave it.
Leave
be.
them be.
So this is, these are seedlings. Oh, so 79-1 is that terracotta with the teeth. This is one of my favorite seedlings. With 710-4. Have no idea what that one is. So, but how many seeds did I get? You want to see? I hope I don't drop them. Trying to do all this. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That one is no good. 4. All right, 4 seeds.
Wow.
Gotta dry them off. You know what? The pods are not like last year. I was getting like 17 seeds per pod. This year, I'm lucky if they're not rotting on the vine. They're just like, this is what we're getting a lot of. Like I get the pod and then it just stops and it's just getting mushy and sort of shriveling up. So like this. This is a perfect example of what's happening. Look, this one, the whole left side rotted. It didn't grow to a full-size pod and the right side is shriveling. So that's going to be no good. But there are plants like Outbreak Prime that have pods. Look at what happened to this. Something is eating this. Look at this. Something's eating a hole in the chamber even though it's attached. Weird. I'm gonna have to put like a little organza bag on that in case they fall out. But anyway, we have a few that are like really making a ton of pods and getting huge and large, and then we have a ton that are just sort of making pods because I'm forcing them to make pods. Look at this guy. 5 pods, big full-size pods. So that's kind of fun. And look at this down here. New bloom, although that looks terrible. So that is something that is horrible. It's not a good start for that seedling, but so anyway. So I have to go around and collect some pods once I make my way out of this.
Is that it? It looks like most of your lilies are done.
Done. Yeah, but look, this is the first seedling of the year. But this one I grew 2 Decembers ago. So, you know, they typically, some blooms the first year and then some bloom, you know, year 2 to 3. So that's a 2-year-old seedling that did not bloom last year. It's had a killer green bananas. So that I can tell it has the same shape and the big flower. So that is really cool. Something bloomed over there, but I missed it. I have seedling scapes here. Look. So this one, I'm excited about that one. I don't remember the cross, but I remember being like, ooh. So this one is Aviana Grace by Tumbleweed, times Tumbleweed. This one is an unregistered Culpa seedling times John Michael Culpa. So, you know, Culpa is like the god of Daylily hybridizing. So I have a scape on that. I'm excited about that one. I saw that listing on the lily auction and I lost the auction, and then I messaged the hybridizer that was selling it and I said, any chance you have extras, because I really want that one? And he said, well, I was going to keep it for myself, but sure. So I got those seeds, so I'm excited to see what that one blooms like. You know me. I'm not settling for a loss. I must have. And then this one is done. Let's see what this guy is. 6301 times 791. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of pods. So that one is really fertile. That's 791. Hopefully I don't have to lose this. Let's see what happens on this one. I'm impatient. I don't want to wait to get in there.
This is where they all get confused.
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, 2. But you know what? It only takes 1. So, well, we're not gonna have a big. I'm kind of hoping for like 12. But the good thing about this is that there'll only be 2 seedlings now that I grow, instead of 17 and trying to figure out which one is going to be the prettiest.
Your hybridizing doesn't seem too environmental friendly in here. Look at this.
Oh my God.
What a mess.
I know, but you know what? It is what it is. I don't have time to. I need a garbage can, but it rains so much that even if I had one, it'd be filled with like water and sludge.
At least my space is clear.
Thank you. He gave us a clear exit. I'm gonna go put these on my drying station so that they can dry out.
And this is not
they're
grass
wet.
growing. I like took it all out.
That's all crabgrass. It's such a pain in the butt. I'll be
It's
right back.
actually really easy to get it out.
I know. That's the best part about it. I knew you'd like that part.
And I still feel sore.
From football?
No, from pulling weeds.
Oh, stop it.
You just said it was easy to get them out, and then you said you feel sore.
Because I was on the ground going like.
Well, then that must mean you're a wimp. Oh, God, I can't die, God. Don't have some mercy on me.
Then you can't make fun of me.
Is that rock wall there new? I don't remember seeing that.
What?
Right by your feet. Looks
Like
like
this?
that's kind of new.
Yeah, it is. It's been
Look,
here.
Zoe thought there was some action going on in the cage. What are you looking for, dog? What's on the agenda for today?
Clean up. Cut back. I'm going to start dividing and taking out daylilies that are not keepers so other people can enjoy them in their yard. What in God's name is happening?
It looks like everything just like died overnight.
It didn't. Thank you.
What?
What a compliment.
It does.
It's not. It's like weed ridden. Yeah. No, you can't wash my car.
Like, what happened to those coneflowers in the corner?
I imagine they got trampled, and I imagine that they're getting top heavy, and that they're just. I gotta take some of these out. They're really close together. So this got trampled.
Like, look at the big. It looks like there's a crop circle in the middle of the bee balm.
So the bee balm we had one really heavy rain. Well, not one, many, but during one storm, like the whole center just like boom, went, like they all leaned on each other and they never recovered. So, and look at, like, we're just powdery mildew ridden. We just got to go in and clean this up. Aren't you? Lucky day for you.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
You get the from a video.
Scape.
And all
Scapes
you're
are
doing
coming.
is getting
This is a
pods.
seedling I grew in December. These are all seedlings I grew in December. This is new. Actually, this one might not be. That one is. These little guys are. This one, MV30 times Screaming Cherries. That's one I grew in December. But Master's Voice is always kind of an early bloomer, so that makes sense that it would kind of bloom.
Watch out, son.
I think we're gonna get rid of this guy. Look at all those tomatoes. What a shame. Gotta get in though. Had it grown up. I left the tomato plant here because it was growing.
And it turned out to
It
be
just
a monster.
self-planted, but it's kind of cool.
Maybe because you dropped the seed.
Well, or Jack's could have. But see, this happens. Look, the tomatoes, they fall on the ground, and then the seeds rot in the ground, and then if one takes hold, you got more maters.
But you keep blaming it on Jax.
Well, Jax is the culprit for the one in my cottage garden for sure, which is actually doing quite well.
I guess poop is a great seed starter.
Not his, but in general, manure. Okay, all right. Done.
So Blake's cleaning and you're making a mess. This reminds me of when I cleaned my bedroom with my brother and I would just throw everything on his side of the room and call it a day.
That's what I do with Emma.
Exactly.
Can Emma have her own room? Like, can you make Emma her own room?
Yeah, it's probably time.
I'll make my room in the basement. My room can be in the basement.
Yeah, as long as you move out when you're 18 and you're not there when you're 40, you can move into the basement. So what do you do with the dill? Are you going to try to salvage that stuff, or is that just done?
I'm taking the seeds. See, these are ready. So you just like, once you touch these, they fall, and you dry them, and you can plant
Now, is
more.
that how you got all this dill this year?
This will self-seed. Once you have dill, if you let it go to seed instead of hacking it down before it makes seed, you can have dill for the rest of your life. Yes.
This is where the kitchen table disappears today, under a pile of seeds and plants.